What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan, and this is the Thunder Channel on Nootropics. So, I want to talk about Aniracetam wake up, but really how yesterday I woke up with shitty sleep because my cats, and Aniracetam allowed me to crank out the first 4 hours of work, and I just was not ready to work at that time. I actually wanted to go back to sleep or watch movies and do nothing. So I want to talk about that. In the meantime, guys, Cortex is on auto ship. Dun, da, da, da. Cortex auto ship is finally here. We've been wanting to do auto ship on Cortex for a while. Finally pulled the trigger. Go to livecortex.com. Those of you that are regular Cortex users, you'll save money per month and per bottle on Cortex. It takes it down to $27.99, normally $35. So go to livecortex.com, order Cortex. You'll see the option. I actually think I have a screenshot of what that looks like. Yeah, that's it. The option to do the subscription for Cortex is $27.99 a month. You just get auto billed. It auto ships to you every month. Do that at livecortex.com. Of course, the option for one-time purchase is always there. But quite honestly, save yourself some money. Get Cortex delivered. Have consistent brain performance. livecortex.com. You guys know the rest of this stuff. This broadcast is brought to you by some of our products. 6-month intensive Nootropics brain performance consulting package. 3.5-month package. Same thing. Mainly business people we work on or work with. Viking Testosterone Protocol, actually that's not the new updated image, it's that one, is upgraded. So we've added in dietary protocols and some other nuanced stuff to really supercharge testosterone for guys. If you want to raise your test, get the Viking Testosterone Protocol. You can find it at livecortex.com. All right, so I want to tell you a story, man. The other night, so it was, the day before yesterday, at nighttime, one of my cats, who is was a stray. It was the stray that my gal and I manifested. We wanted a backyard cat. We had a stray a year and a half ago that died, and it was super unfortunate, and we miss him. So we've been wanting another stray to come hang out in the backyard with us. And we feed it this hypothetical stray, and it's our friend and whatever. And we just we go out there, it comes and hangs out with us. We've been through this before. One came along because we manifested it, man. We fucking put food out. We made a cat bed out there. And right as this giant snowstorm is coming in our part of Pennsylvania, this cat started coming around and eating the food. And one day we found it sleeping in the bed that we made for it. So I have this, this awesome cat that, it's a girl, and she's just the craziest, most loving fucking cat there is. And needed a home and had nobody, and had no food. She was out in the street, and she's just so loving. Anyway, turns out we let her in once, and she basically made herself a house cat. We let her out, and she goes out back and hangs out with us, and she goes and prowls kind of our neighbors' backyards and stuff. But, so she goes out, but largely she's in. She sleeps inside. She sleeps with us. She's the most loving thing ever. So now we have a new cat, okay? And this new cat, her name is Georgie, or Georgia. We named her. She has this habit of, in the middle of the night, when she goes and takes a crap in the litter box or pees, she'll do how they scrape the litter away to clean it or whatever, to deodorize it. She does that for 3 minutes straight. She'll do it for 3 minutes straight. She just keep doing it, and it wakes us up whenever she does it, right? If there's a litter box somewhere near us, and we tend to move them around the house just to keep things smelling fresh, whatever. We got good litter boxes. And the other night, she did it, and it was about, I want to say it was 3:30, 3:45. Totally woke me up, woke my girl up, and we're oh, this is normal. It's just Georgie. After 3 minutes, she doesn't stop. I had to throw something out the litter box in my half sleep. I'm Georgie, can you stop? It's clean. Fine. Don't worry about it. I'll clean it when I wake up. I'll clean it every 8 hours, so you don't have to worry about that. And so that woke us up. And when you wake up, okay, I got right back to sleep. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's not. Went back to sleep. Woke up again probably about an hour and a half later to 2 other of our cats. We've got 4 total now, fighting. Woke me up, messed with my rhythm of staying asleep. Okay, I fell back asleep. Shortly after that, the one of those cats and then another cat were just running around. It's they decide 4 a.m., 5 a.m. is the time they want to run around and have a circus and play, whatever. So they're up playing, and they wake us up again. At that point, it was 5-something in the morning. I had gone to bed at about midnight. I want to say it was 5:30, so I'm 5.5 hours in. I realized for performance that day that I absolutely need 7 minimally. Usually I like to sleep, 7.5, 8 hours, 8.5 if I can, honestly, as much as I can. But it was so much, and they just wouldn't stop, and they were all awake, and I turned the light on, they're fucking all sitting there looking at me like all these cats, and they're wide awake. There's no way I'm sleeping. So I got up and went to do some work and some business stuff and customer service stuff and etc. Drank some coffee. I took a multi. My multi is life extension 2-a-day tablets. I take a B complex with it, a tad bit of licorice root sometimes for cortisol, and like some vitamin D, a couple other supplements that are not really related to energy in the morning, and then I drink coffee. I got up here in my office and I realized, like, yeah, dude, I'm not where I need to be in terms of functionality. My normal dose on Aniracetam is, it really depends, but on the low end, 400. On the high end, 600. I really never go above 600 because I just don't need to these days. I used to. However, I decided to take a whole gram. I decided to take a whole gram of Aniracetam. I know I needed a choline source, or at least to have some in it, because I did the calculation. I haven't had much choline in my diet in the last 24 hours prior to that, right? So I made like a 2-egg wrap, like a tortilla shell and 2 eggs and some cheese and some pico de gallo, and that was it, and some ketchup. So I got my eggs, I got my choline in. A gram of Aniracetam, which would otherwise actually make me a tad bit anxious and unfocused, totally woke me up. It's like I had 4 hours of work to do roughly. I had planned out, right? I did all 4 hours of it. Yeah, and a tad bit more. I just was on my game. Like, were my eyes bloodshot? Yes. Did my body recognize that at some point a nap might be good? Or just tough through it for the rest of the day and go to bed kind of early and just sleep really, really awesome the next night? Absolutely. Definitely. I mean, there's no changing that. However, how my brain felt to execute what I know I needed to execute that day was superb and above my normal baseline. Like, had I slept 8 hours and took my supplements and drank some coffee, that baseline is good. But the baseline that I was at, or the state I was in after a whole gram of Aniracetam, which is normally not my dose, was actually better than my regularly optimized baseline. So I just wanted to share that with you folks. Like, I always find new uses for things by trying stuff, and some of it works and some of it does not work the way I want it to. Sometimes I adjust it and sometimes I leave the experiment alone and just move on to something else. But in this particular case, I've actually never done that before. Like a really, really crappy night's sleep, coffee, and a whole gram of Aniracetam with some eggs. Just that, to try to alleviate like the fog or the slowness or the tiredness that I have because I didn't sleep well. And I did it this time and it fucking worked. And I just felt totally awesome and I got a lot done. I actually performed better for the rest of the day. Aniracetam, 4-hour half-life, but I mean, who's to say, right? I mean, you've provoked a change in the way that acetylcholine is being released from your hippocampus, and the way AMPA receptors are functioning. So yeah, you get a good result from that. So I hope that makes sense. Thanks so much for watching. That was my story. Sorry to bore you with the cat story, but I needed that lead up so that you guys can understand exactly what happened. I think tonight we're gonna lock the cats out of our bedroom and try to get some sleep. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Remember, this broadcast is brought to you by some products. The number one is the Cortex stack. Look, our flagship nootropic stack, very, very powerful nootropic stack. It's the stack you take for verbal fluency, mental energy, motivation, focus. It just kind of does everything. It's very, very powerful. Cortex would have worked in this situation as well. I just wanted to try a gram of Aniracetam. But auto ship is here, okay? So you can get Cortex for $27.99, as the graphic says. That is cheaper than it normally is at $35. Monthly. You don't have to do anything. You sign up for it once. It takes a minute. It's just like buying a bottle. It's just like checking out. You just click one button, like the other button, that button, the subscribe for button. $27 a month, and then you sign up for it. Create an account. You can monitor your subscription. You can renew it quicker if you want to. You can do whatever you want. It's automatic. So every 30 days, we send you a bottle of Cortex. Get Cortex auto ship at livecortex.com. You guys know the deal with the VTP. The VTP is back and upgraded. We took it off the market for a while. The Viking Testosterone Protocol is, I mean, look, obviously we want to promote our products, but probably the number one product that's available to actually raise testosterone, because I'm a biohacker and I love it, and I would never ever put out a shitty product. It actually works in raising test. Viking Testosterone Protocol, get that at livecortex.com. Consults, those of you that are business people, get on these 6-month intensive, 3.5-month intensive. I know a lot of you look at it and go, yeah, maybe someday I'm going to do that. If you have the budget, do it now, because they fill and they go, and they fill and they go, and they fill and they release it. It really depends on what it's fluxing. Get on the consults as soon as you can. Let's work together and make you perform at 180%. Inducing states on cue, basically whatever. There's so much entailed. You should watch the video that goes, what the hell happens during consult? It's on our YouTube channel, so I can explain to you exactly how it works, especially as it relates to nootropics. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Talk to you next time.